She can be heard saying that she didn't do anything.
Sir, I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Sir.
One officer shouts that she almost killed 10 people. Once again, she audaciously says she didn't do anything. Continuing to deny any sort of criminal behavior, she begs the officers to stop. On a sweltering Friday afternoon, July 15th, 2022, the serene town of Byron, Georgia, was about to be shaken by a harrowing series of events that would leave its residents in shock and disbelief. The chaos began when a frantic call reached the local police station. A concerned bystander reported an SUV driving recklessly on Georgia Highway 49. The SUV veered erratically, narrowly avoiding oncoming traffic as it tore through the highway. As the SUV approached the intersection of highways 42 and 49, courageous witnesses managed to block its path, hoping to prevent any further danger. They anxiously awaited the arrival of police officers. Dashcam footage captures the moment that the driver rams into a civilian before speeding off. Just before this footage was captured, the drivers had rammed the back of the SUV into the car behind her, before jerking forward, hitting an officer and a police car. The police had placed stop sticks beneath the driver's tires before the vehicle started moving again, in an attempt to deflate the tires. Although one tire is punctured, it is not enough to stop the driver from fleeing once more. The driver swerves into traffic and speeds off with the police chasing after her. The SUV starts driving north on Highway 49. Again, the car is blocked in by officers. Officers jump out of their vehicles, guns drawn. It is at this point that they are able to observe a young woman in the driver's seat. The officers scream at her to get out of the car. 3 vehicles block her path. Once again, she rams into the car in front of her. An officer races to her window and begins knocking, imploring her to come out. He then tries unsuccessfully to break the window. Tires squeal and smoke fills the air as she tries to maneuver her way out of the blockade, ramming into the car in front of her and swerving at an angle. Eventually, she's successful and speeds off with police following close behind. At a red light intersection, the SUV comes to a stop before inching forwards and stopping again. It seems the driver is unsure about what to do next. The driver decides to enter the intersection but drives into the wrong lane. With cars in front of her, she has little choice but to stay put or cause further damage. The police manage to block her in. Once again, she backs up, hitting a police car behind her. Officers on both sides rush to the windows and begin trying to break the glass. They repeatedly tell her to exit the vehicle. At this point, her voice can be heard on the footage, addressing the officer as Sir. The officers repeatedly implore her to surrender, but she remains defiant, denying any wrongdoing. Her voice betrays her confusion as she addresses the officers. Despite the mounting evidence against her, she continues to claim innocence, begging the officers to stop. More officers come to the window. The car is now at a standstill, and it seems as though she's run out of options. She can be heard saying that she didn't do anything.
Sir, I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Sir.
One officer shouts that she almost killed 10 people. Once again, she audaciously says she didn't do anything. Continuing to deny any sort of criminal behavior, she begs the officers to stop. Police drag her out of the vehicle and place her in handcuffs, ignoring her pleas. The driver keeps repeating that she didn't do anything. Just then, a female witness comes into view, practically jumping into the back seat of the SUV. It would then be revealed a young child had been in the car with the driver. This witness, named Tiffany Cox, had initially seen the car swerving into the opposite lane and decided to pursue it. Cox climbs out of the SUV and checks the front seat before slamming the doors forcefully. She screams at the driver that the child could have been killed. The driver then asks how she would have killed people, as if absolutely clueless about the crimes she has just committed. The pair argue further, with the driver continuously denying her actions. She is escorted to the back of a marked police vehicle by officers. The driver was later identified as 24-year-old Sierra Hibbert from Warner Robins, Georgia. She faced multiple charges, including 6 counts of aggravated assault and endangerment of a child. Authorities remain uncertain about her relationship with the child, further deepening the mystery surrounding the incident. Officers noted that when she was traveling on the highway, she was going at least 100 miles per hour. Aggravated Aggravated assault can result in significant prison time, fines, probation, or a combination of all three. The sentence for such an assault can range from 1 to 20 years depending on the circumstances of the crime and whether or not the convicted has a criminal record or prior records of such behavior. Despite the mayhem that ensued, no one suffered serious injuries. The community was shaken by the incident and demanded answers about what led to such a reckless and dangerous pursuit. As the legal process began, questions about Sierra Hibbert's motive and state of mind were a pressing point. The audacity displayed by Sierra Hibbert went beyond the realm of typical road rage, leaving even law enforcement officers astounded. Online, the public began to speculate what possibly could have caused such a reaction, particularly if no substances were involved. The incident in Byron, Georgia, serves as a stark reminder of the complex emotions and impulses that can drive road rage incidents and police pursuits. When the psychology behind these behaviors is explored, it becomes evident that a combination of factors such as road rage, the fight or flight response, the thrill of evasion, criminal intentions, and a lack of trust in the system can contribute to these dangerous situations. When faced with a perceived threat or danger, our brains trigger the fight or flight response. This innate survival mechanism prepares us to either confront the threat head-on or flee to safety. In the context of a road rage incident, the brain's fight or flight response can kick in, leading individuals to impulsively act out or attempt to escape the situation. It is possible that Sierra Hibbert was simply ignoring the rules of the road, found herself in a dangerous situation, and her flight response was triggered. But this doesn't answer the question as to why Sierra nearly killed bystanders and officers on the ground. Even if in a flight response, ramming a car into another person is a serious offense, one that cannot be easily explained away. As seen in the body cam footage, a multitude of deaths could have been caused on that day. So why do people drive aggressively in the first place? The answer is simple. The anonymity of being inside a vehicle can lead to a sense of detachment from consequences, making some individuals feel invincible and inclined to act out impulsively. This lack of accountability can turn a simple traffic incident into a life-threatening situation, especially when emotions take control of normal, rational thinking. The incident in Byron serves as a grave reminder that emotions can fuel dangerous actions on the road, and the consequences of such behavior can be devastating. By understanding the underlying motivations behind these incidents, we can work towards creating safer roads and preventing future tragedies caused by road rage and reckless driving. Ultimately, the case of Sierra Hibbert leaves us with a chilling warning of the importance of responsible driving, self-awareness on the road, and the need to prioritize safety above all else.